Welcome everyone to the Business Asema studio. Here in the studio today we have me, Veera Karam, Startup Program Manager at Business Oulu. And our guest today is Veera Mahlakarto, a co-founder of a startup in Oulu called Taikasatukulma. Did I pronounce it correctly? Very welcome, Veera. Now, Veera is a very special guest because Veera has just returned from a successful win at the Slush Oulu Community side event. We had a pitching competition there for our local startups that are just starting out. And Taikasatukulma won the first place. So big congratulations on that, Veera.
Thank you so much. It's really nice to be here.
Before we start and talk about your business and everything that's related to that, I'd love to for you to tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, what have you been doing recently, just anything you'd like to tell about yourself.
Anything about me? Like I said, I'm Veera Mahlakarto, and I'm born and raised here in Oulu. And I do have a daily job at the Oulu University of Applied Sciences, where I work as an AI specialist, AI and business development specialist. I've been an entrepreneur for a couple of years also. I started that while I was studying at the Oulu University of Applied Sciences. I was studying business, Bachelor of Business Administration.
Yeah.
I was studying to become a Bachelor of Business Administration, and my focus in my studies was entrepreneurship.
There you go.
So I started my entrepreneurship during the studies. I was doing social media. And when I graduated last year, almost 2 years ago, but not yet.
Yeah.
It was January 2023 when I graduated. And then I started a job with one of my clients. They hired me, and I kind of put a pause for my entrepreneurship, my business. But I was still doing something like hustling, grinding, here and there. And then, we were living at Helsinki for a while, but now we have moved back here in Oulu and started our new business together with my partner and co-founder and love of my life, Emily.
Yes.
I think that's something about my background. I've been working with the field of digital marketing, AI tools, business-to-business marketing, business development, digital business development, for specifically. Yeah. Right now, I am teaching at the uni e-commerce entrepreneurs, like new entrepreneurs, people who want to create a business.
Yeah. We're going to talk a little bit about your business later, but it does seem like a lot of the skills and background that you have really feeds into the business that you have.
It really does. And it has been almost like a necessity for me to actually do those things that I'm also teaching, because nobody likes a teacher who just knows the things on theory, but now that I can also do them in practice, it gives me so much more to my daily job too.
Oh, that's awesome really to hear. But we were thinking to kind of learn a little bit more about your business by listening together to the pitch that you had at the Slush Oulu Community side event. So let's have a listen to your pitch now.
Please welcome Taikasatukulma to the stage, please. Okay, and when I say your time starts, this is when your time starts.
He's handing out our MVPs for the judges. We're great.
Okay, so your time starts now.
Have you noticed that the content children consume vary a lot? From brain-melting entertainment to old-fashioned storytelling. And that has created the need for something else. And that's the reason why our content got consumed over 130,000 times only in the last month. Hello, I'm Veera, and our company Taikasatukulma is your gateway to educational and entertaining content for children. The world is full of stories, and we wanted to tell ours. We started to write and publish Finnish audio stories on YouTube in December 23. We do relatable stories that educate and entertain. Our validation is 70 stories and thousands of views every day, and our numbers are growing organically more than 100% every month. And the numbers are supported by positive feedback from parents, children, and early childhood educators. Next, we will create some digital products. Each audiobook will have an ebook and principle exercises. We will offer a comprehensive approach which will deepen the story experience. Here you can see our first bundle, and the judges, you have it over there. But for us, it is important to provide the audio story for free to create social impact. But we're still making some money now from YouTube, and our business is scalable and cost efficient. In the future, we will have 4 revenue streams from ad revenue to subscriptions and licensing. We have done our competitor analysis both from the product and the marketing perspectives, and we're standing out with our comprehensive product approach and our technological know-how. We are a family business, and our team has expertise in e-commerce and learning design. Emily has worked in education over 10 years, and I am business development specialist. And together we have managed to create scalable business, background for a scalable business, and we also have our roadmap. We will open our online store, we are validating our international markets, and we are building a XR demo. Our goal is to be the #1 in our space, and for that we need your help. Like we say on YouTube, hit that like button and subscribe. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Veera. The judges, you have a question? Okay.
Please.
Hi.
Hi.
Yes, I'd like to ask you, do you use UGC, like user-generated content, or do you use AI?
We use AI and user-generated content both. More AI now, but in the future there's going to be more UCJ. Yeah.
Are you using it for images mostly or for storytelling itself?
AI is in the core of our whole business. It's kind of the baseline. We're using it for everything with our expertise and like.
Yeah. And you could see the pictures of the stories. They are AI generated, but when we write the story, that comes from us.
Yeah.
And AI just makes the process a lot faster.
That's really important.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'm not sure if that was technically 2 questions.
Such a great pitch, honestly. Big congratulations on your win. And honestly, it's deserved win for you.
Thank
Big
you.
victory. Now that we have refreshed a little bit our memories of how it was, let's talk about your participation. You know, what motivated you in the first place to come, you know, to take part in the pitching competition?
First we were like, we're not gonna participate. We weren't even thinking that. Obviously we saw all that like ads and like I knew that people were talking about that, but I haven't ever been in Slush, not in Helsinki or in Oulu. So it's a new event for me. And we were like, no, this is not enough. It's like, yeah, no. But then we are participating to the Startup Express program with the idea, and they were like, yeah, of course you're going. You're going. Like, that's not a question. Like, now, do it.
Apply now.
Apply now.
Great.
And like I had my like daily job Christmas party at the same day, so I had to make a decision like, do I want to go there or do I want to go to Slush events? But yeah, then like
Decision made correctly.
yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the preparation, because we talked also a little bit about, you know, it's being a nerve-wracking experience for you. So tell me about, you know, the highlights of the experience, but also how did you prepare for that?
Yeah. I mean, seeing and listening to again, like, take me back to that feeling. I was so nervous, but obviously the pitch went well because I was so well prepared. Like, We did a lot. We had a reading deck like for our business anyway. We already had that, and then we like started to streamline it and like make sure that the pitch is gonna be in 3 minutes. And like we had all the time, we had the competition criteria next to us. Like that's the things the judges are gonna look, and these are the things we're gonna say. So we were doing like we tried to make the pitch to answer all the questions we knew that the judges are gonna have.
Yeah.
And then it was like rehearsing and rehearsing and rehearsing.
Yeah.
So many times with a timer. And Emily usually was with the clock, and I was trying to make the speech go under 3 minutes.
Yes.
And then we went through it like so many times. Like it was insane. At the end, we were like, yeah, if we take like at the ending of that word off, we can make it like a little bit shorter. But the main point was that I knew what I'm gonna say in every slide I had in my deck.
Yes.
So I had everything written down on my notes with a clock.
Yes.
So I like, and I was like, if it seems like I'm gonna go over the time, I knew at which point I'm gonna start the ending. I was like, yeah, after 2.5 minutes, I'm gonna start the ending, no matter where, at what point I was like
In the pitch
in
itself.
the pitch. Yeah, so I knew
Awesome.
my pitch from like for every second, for every slide.
Amazing. And you know, in the pitching competition, there's many great pitches.
Yeah.
Fellow competitors did really good job. But what do you think, you know, looking back at it, what do you think made you the winner?
I think, or I know, I think it's, you can see that we actually answered to all the criteria the judges had, which was like, I think it was 50% for the business idea and 50% for the pitch.
Yeah.
So my pitch was great.
It was really good. It
Yeah.
was definitely really
Our
good.
slides were like, they were pretty and clear. They combined the pitch together, like complemented each other, and we answered the right questions.
Yes.
So it was the whole package. Yeah.
And you also gave out an examples of your
we had the
sheets.
MVPs. So
Yeah.
what we did was we printed out the like prototypes we had for the products that like basically doesn't exist yet. We don't have an e-commerce store or anything yet, but we have like samples of those products. So we printed them out and handed to judges, and we were the only one doing that.
Amazing. Well, talking about your prototypes, you know, and what you have and what you don't have, I want to go back and ask you about the inspiration behind the business, because we have heard what the business is, but you know, when was this aha moment, and from what did it come?
Well, you want the real answer or the startup pitch deck answer?
Well, let's talk real answer. We heard your pitch.
Yeah, the pitch answer was there. Basically, the like backstory is it was out of the boredom. I mean, Emily started the whole thing. Unfortunately, Emily's not here today with us.
Shout out to the co-founder of Taikasatukulma, Emily Alanne.
Yeah, Emily Alanne is my co-founder. Yeah, he started it. It like during the last Christmas 23. He was like, I'm bored. I want to do something. I think it was a combination of many things, like so many YouTube videos saying how to make like faceless business and big bucks.
Yes.
And like the realization that what AI can do. And like Emily obviously is an expert of learning design, and he's been like having these ideas of writing a children's story about entrepreneurship education, and then the problem was also there. We have a child, she's 4, and like we're so sick of the content that they get consumed. So it was a combination of many things.
Yeah.
Mostly out of Emily's vision of like having hobby of her own, his own.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not a hobby of his own anymore.
Not anymore now that you joined. But it started as a YouTube channel. Was that correct? And it just started growing organically by its own?
Yeah, so it started as a YouTube channel. We started, or he started to write the stories. I helped recording them. But yeah, we started that organically, and it's insane. Like now, 11 months later, we actually just hit 100,000 views in the past 28 days only in YouTube.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. Big congratulations. And they're so far just in Finnish.
Yeah.
But tell me a bit, because I know you're interested in growing it,
Yeah.
and how does this business change now that the time is flowing, and where are you thinking to take it?
It has changed a lot. Obviously, it's just not the audio stories anymore. It started from the user generated content, basically, because when we started to publish the stories, and the Finnish like early childhood educators found the stories, they took the stories and started to create like play games and like
Playbooks.
playbooks and exercises around the story, and made the children do those, and then they started to tag us on Instagram that, hey, we did that with our children in the daycare, and we were like, oh my god, that's cool, why didn't we think of that? And that was the idea, and I was like, Emily, now we're gonna start doing that. Like, we're creating the games and like principles and stuff for the people, so they can just like buy the audio story and the exercises. And then when we had that idea, we immediately realized that this idea is born to be international. Obviously, we shouldn't do that only in Finland, because we have the early childhood educators that are interested. But when we go like abroad from Finland, there are not that many of those anymore. And like Finnish education is we have like a good reputation in the world.
Yeah.
So what we are doing now is that we are currently validating like a couple of countries apart from Finland. Those are Turkey, Saudi Arabia, Vietnam, Bahrain, and Malaysia.
Amazing.
Yeah, we are
Good
doing
job.
content right now in English and in Turkish.
Mm.
We were planning to go only in languages that are not English, but then we realized that we obviously have to translate them to English first to translate them in other languages.
Great job. Great job. And I wanted to talk a little bit about, the perspective of how a term of a startup can really be kind of it's a term that has many people have a different opinions of what this term is, right?
Yeah,
But
you're so correct.
but it's some people say that it has to be a tech company, some people say that it has to be an innovative business. And what I really appreciate about your business is that it's content based, and hence it has a very strong potential for scalability. As you were saying, you were born global, and so you have the opportunity to grow this business. So do you see yourself as like a fast growing startup?
Yes, I see. I think we see ourselves like that, and it has been a journey for us too to actually like set up our minds from we're just doing some audio stories to like we're actually growing a startup here.
Yeah.
And it was so nice to win the competition against those tech companies, against those like traditional startups innovating something so new.
Yeah.
Because we all know that there's nothing new in this business, but the thing we do is that the way how we do it is new.
Yeah. I'm very happy to hear that it kind of gave you a new motivation and a new push to the business. So, you very well know that we have a lot of events and a lot of the opportunities, but I'd want to talk about the support that you got through the experience so far, because it's a very young business that you have, but I know you've been very active. So could you talk a little bit about what are the types of instruments that you were using to kind of develop further your business?
Yeah, we have received a lot of support from our startup ecosystem, and it has been super valuable in our journey. I'm pretty sure the business wouldn't exist in this point if we wouldn't have that support and help. And those instruments that we are now currently in part of our Startup Express program, where we are developing our startup business idea for 100 days. It's ending in December.
Yeah.
So halfway through that. And also we have received some proof of concept money from the Oulu University of Applied Sciences.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That is a free instrument for those who have pre-registration
Yeah.
phase business.
Yeah.
And
Both of those are like for idea stage of startups.
perfect.
Yeah, we have been heard we've heard that we are more than just an idea, but we don't have our business idea yet.
Yeah, it's still in the process.
Yeah.
It's actually good example of how you can really test your business, and
Yes.
you can make money. You're
Yeah.
definitely allowed to make money
Yeah.
even when you don't have the registered business, especially if it doesn't imply any licensing or hiring people.
Yeah.
So at this point, you're just doing it without a company yet,
Yeah.
which is amazing. Really
Yeah,
good
because
job.
we are very keen on testing and validating first, because there's no reason there, like, nowhere we're gonna do everything and put it out and like hope for the best
Yeah.
without testing the idea. Thank God with the proof of concept money we have actually now, we've done a lot of testing and realized that there's like so much interest in people for this idea.
Yeah.
It has been really nice to see those numbers. It's been amazing.
Yeah, I'm sure it has validated and give you a lot of
Yeah.
confidence in this business
Yes.
to have the YouTube start and the views kind of
Yeah.
grow there organically.
That has been like the major effect, like for us to actually keep doing what we are doing. And yeah.
Amazing. And how about any local businesses that you maybe are collaborating, or mentorships that you have also received that are not necessarily coming from the government, programs and support, or municipal supports, but yeah, the community businesses, mentorships, anything about that?
Well, my favorite collaboration is with this local local business called Mallamo, which is like a
Like a rental. It's a rental for clothes.
It's a rental business for clothes. So Mallamo is giving me all the nice dresses I'm wearing for example, in my pitch.
In your pitch, yes,
Yeah.
that was a rented dress.
It was rented dress from Mallamo.
Yeah, also very kind of unique business approach to kind of fashion business. So
It
very
is.
interesting. Amazing. And I want to talk a little bit about, again, a shout out to your co-founder, Emily, and how you started it together. So tell me a little bit about the way that you are both contributing with different skills to this. You already touched a little bit upon it, but I want you to kind of go deeper into that. How do you divide your skills, especially how that works when you're a couple as well at the same time? Tell me more about that.
Like I said, Emily is very he has very specific knowledge. He is like entrepreneur education specialist, like one of the best in Finland. He's been doing that for over 10 years.
Yeah.
He's been working in education, in the field of education, for that 10 years, and he's very good at learning design. So he comes with all that knowledge and like makes the stories and the exercises and the principles actually like educational.
Yeah.
And my background is very different. I'm more of on that digital marketing and business development side, and like those are all the things you need to create a successful and scalable business. Like Emily has the substance, like knowledge, and I have the everything we need to actually make the business grow and successful.
Exactly. And you also talked about in your pitch about that AI is really at the core of your business, which also you are the AI specialist. And tell me a little bit more of, how do you integrate AI into your workflow?
Yeah, when I was talking with Emily yesterday that what I'm gonna say at this podcast, he was like, I don't care what you say, so that if you don't mention AI. If you manage to go through the whole podcast without saying AI, that's going to be great.
Tell him I asked.
I will.
Yeah.
But yeah, AI is in the core of the business, obviously, because if to make it scalable, we need to be efficient. We need to make things fast. We need to make the content and put it out there, and that requires AI. That requires automations. That requires digital tools.
Exactly.
And those are my main, like, I work with those in my daily main job. So
Exactly.
I am a professional with AI tools, with digital tools, with automations.
Only natural. But honestly, at this point, it has just become another tool for any
Yeah.
businesses, and any
Yeah.
businesses should really use it.
Yeah.
I don't know, like CRMs. You use CRMs.
Yeah.
You also use like AI tools in your
Yeah.
business to like make it just smoother, faster. And I think it's a big disadvantage if business does not use
Yeah, and
AI
that's
at this point.
yeah, like there's no point to any more say digital marketing, because all marketing now is basically digital, and
Yeah.
there's no need to mention the AI, because it's not something that is apart from the company. It's in the core of the company. There wouldn't be this business without AI, but also there wouldn't be this business without our expertise,
Exactly.
especially Emily's expertise with the learning design and like the entrepreneurship education and all the education like expertise he has. And also like for the marketing too, like AI cannot like take my part either.
Yeah, I understand that. I love how this business has become kind of like a quintessential project, for both of your skills, and it
Yeah.
kind of like, just only natural that you have started it together.
Yeah, and it's also so good for our relationship. Now we have something to do together. Like when the child goes to bed at like evening, we start like open our laptops and like start hassling together.
Yes.
It's not something either of us on their own, and
Yeah.
like it kind of brings us together even more.
And perhaps it also brings accountability, that it's like, you're both very close, and so kind of like
Yeah.
what you should do and what other is
Yeah.
expecting then of you as well.
And obviously there's like no like clear rules that you do this, I do that, we do the things that we are best at, and sometimes we also change
Yeah.
the
of
things we
course.
do. There's
Of
no
course.
CEO in our company.
Right. I think usually when you're very early stage, it's like everyone does everything.
Yeah.
There's no like only big corporates are afford to have
Yeah.
the roles and the. You already talked a little bit about the future plans. Is there anything you'd like to add apart from entering these other markets? Like, where are you going with this now?
Yeah, we are testing right now we're testing the markets. Probably we're going like big first to the Turkey.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the first, but then from there we're gonna like tackle down every country.
Other.
First, the languages that has many speakers. Like for example, if you take French, we can like have so many countries the same. We have Belgium,
That
we
is
have
true.
Switzerland, we have Canada,
Canada,
we have like Africa. So
Yeah.
that's the plan. And also we are starting that like XR demo, building the XR demo with the Oulu University of Applied Sciences.
Tell more about that.
Yeah, so OAMK has many projects, and one of those projects is this Meta Pilot Factory, where they're trying to find these like possibilities to create business with the use of XR, which means AR and VR. So we haven't decided yet if it's gonna be VR thing or AR thing
Yeah.
that you can use on your phone. So that's why I'm calling it XR,
Yeah.
which is augmented reality,
Yes.
extended reality.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be something related to extended reality. We're planning to do this like immersive story experience where you can kind of like hear and see and learn at the same
Amazing.
time. Probably the buyer for that is going to be the public sector.
Yeah.
Because in Oulu, we are a big STEAM city in
Yeah.
our education. We have VR classes.
That's true. You mentioned, so I'll bring it up also
Yeah.
here about your potential collaboration with another
City of
public.
Oulu.
Yes, City
Yeah.
of Oulu. Can you tell about that?
Yes, I can't fully disclose everything,
Yeah.
but we are right now creating a partnership with City of Oulu, and specifically they have this Työn taitajat program, which is aimed to like reach all the children in Oulu area.
Yes.
And they
Like high school students, or school students, if I remember.
Everybody, school students specifically,
Yeah.
like from elementary
Elementary.
school to high school. But the City of Oulu is doing like entrepreneurship education and like work life education from daycares to upper, like
Yeah.
to uni level.
Yeah. which makes sense with your business. So
Yeah.
great collaboration for you.
It's gonna be amazing
We're
collaboration.
excited to see what's going to happen there.
Stay tuned.
Exactly. And to start wrapping up our conversation, I think for many people, it's always, they have certain idea perhaps, or also, boredom. And you have to do something. So what would be your advice, for people to, kind of from going basically from 0 to 1, or from like nothing to actually doing the things? What would be your recommendation for?
I think usually the recommendation is just start.
Yeah.
Just do it. But like in my experience, I feel like the starting part is easy. It's harder to keep doing that. So just keep doing that. The results are not gonna come immediately. It didn't come for us either. There's so many podcasts and YouTube channels in the world that has 3 videos, 3 podcasts episodes. Don't stop when you're done 3 and you don't see the results. Keep going, and the results are gonna come a little bit later.
Persistency.
Believe in yourself and believe in your idea and test it out. Like, do so much testing and validating that you can.
Amazing. Yeah, really good. Persistency and testing. I love those two. Is there anything else you'd like to share with our listeners and encourage entrepreneurship in the area?
Well, there's one thing I want to share with the listeners, which is obviously that we want to be the number 1 in our space. So follow our YouTube.
Perfect.
And
like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. And also, like, if you are not already part of the Oulu startup ecosystem community, you should do that. Like I said to Vera before the podcast, but I want to say it now too, that this business wouldn't be at this point without all the support we have received. Like from the Oulu University, from the Startup Extras program, from Business Asema, from all the providers here are doing amazing job, and we have been very lucky to and it's all free for us. It has been very nice.
That is really great to hear.
Yeah.
And we hope that, we provide as much platform for people to just feel that it's easier than it seems to start the business. So thank you so much for your kind words. And on this positive note, we're going to wrap up, and we'll say a big thank you to Veera Mahlakarta from Taikasatukulma. Thank you very much. And we're excited to see you develop further.
Thank you so much.